So this chair is a fairly new addition to our living room here at the house. And I wanted to tell you a little story about this chair. I rescued this chair from the dump, essentially. Um, Several years ago, back when we were selling my dad's house, this chair was sitting in my dad's garage. And as we were getting all the different stuff out of the house and doing yard sales and everything else that was needed to sell my dad's house, I saw this chair sitting in the garage, and it was an absolute mess. I mean, it was stained. The seat was just it was caved in. It was in absolute complete disrepair. And I'll be honest, Melanie wanted me to just throw it away. But I couldn't. I could not throw this chair away. And this is why. When I was going through a lot of my dad's old pictures, I was reminded of a picture of my great grandfather. It was a picture of my great grandfather and then all of his children and great grandma. And they were all standing around this chair. And grandpa was sitting in this chair. Now, I never met my great grandpa, but he's a part of my family, of course. He's a part of my heritage. And I remember seeing that picture a long time ago, and then I saw that picture again. You see, we used to have this chair in my room, or in our room in our house back when we lived in San Diego. And it was better then, but it was still kind of a mess, and it had gotten old. And then over the time, they changed the seat, and again, it was ready for the garbage. And so I rescued it. But it looks a lot nicer today than it did when I brought it home. In fact, when we brought it home, Melanie said, "You can bring it home, but it's not going to be sitting up in that living room," because it was an absolute mess. You see, I rescued it, but somebody else with much more skilled hands than myself, somebody else restored it. And that restoration of this chair was so good that when we brought it back, Melanie said, "Well, we've got to put that up in the living room, right? Because it's now this beautiful old antique rocking chair." And I know that the person whose hands restored this would not want me to tell you his name, but I'll tell you, he did an amazing job on the restoration of this chair. But that got me to thinking about Scripture, of course, as a lot of these devotionals do. And the Scripture that came in mind was actually from the prophecy of Ezekiel. And in Ezekiel's prophecy, there's lots of different wonderful passages in Ezekiel, but at one point in chapter 36, he's talking about the rescue of Israel. But it's not just rescue. It's really a restoration or a renewal of Israel. You see, they had been in exile, and Ezekiel is talking about the time when God is going to rescue them from exile. But he's going to do more than rescue them. You see, rescue is being freed and liberated, but it doesn't change the state you're in necessarily. Restoration is a very different act. It has to do with coming into a new way of being from an old way of being, an old, broken down, worn out way of being into a new, fresh, beautiful look. And so at one point in this, the words of God through Isaiah says this: "I will take you from the nations and gather you in all the countries, and I will bring you to your land. I will sprinkle clean water on you, and you shall be clean from all your uncleanliness, and from all your idols I will cleanse you. A new heart I will give you, and a new spirit I will put within you. I will restore your body, the heart of stone, and give you a heart of flesh. I will put my spirit within you and make you follow my statutes and be careful to observe my ordinances. Then you shall live in the land that I have given to your ancestors, and you shall be my people, and I will be your God. I mean, do you hear those images of restoration? Yes, God brought the people out from exile, but if they came out of exile and went right back into that promised land that they had been given before and squandered, they would still be an ugly and marred people. But God wanted to do something different in them. And so he took the time to restore them. And I just love this image. I will take out your heart of stone and give you a new heart, a heart of flesh. What a wonderful image that is for us, that God doesn't just rescue us from our sin, but God is about trying to restore us too, to put a new heart in us, to put a new mind in us, to put a new spirit within us. That's the promise that we get from the scriptures. And that's the promise we get from our God.